Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Let's begin with our big focus this hour. A major diplomatic development from Jammu and Kashmir and a strong message for Pakistan. US Ambassador to India Sergio Gor has travelled to Jammu and Kashmir, signalling Washington's growing engagement with the Union territory. During his visit, Gor spoke about the potential for increased US travel and investment in the region and made a significant statement calling Jammu and Kashmir an important part of India. The remarks come at a time when Pakistan-occupied Kashmir continues to witness unrest and protests over alleged violence and repression by Pakistani security forces. Gor's visit and his comments mark a significant development in the international engagement with Jammu and Kashmir. The focus now is on whether greater tourism, investment and global engagement can further strengthen the region's growth story. Ambassador Gauri Gupta, former diplomat, is joining us live. Ambassador Gupta, what do you make of the comments of Sergio Gor today in Srinagar?
Good afternoon, Uday. I think this is a very good visit to begin with. First, a decision to visit Jammu and Kashmir by the US ambassador itself is an indication that they accept Jammu and Kashmir as a legal and legitimate part of India. Secondly, making it very clear in his statement, obviously it absolutely clears any doubt in anybody's mind. Obviously, the Pakistanis would not like this statement. Thirdly, the another important thing was that Omar Abdullah very clearly said that he's not going to discuss with him the internal issues, which will be discussed only with the central government. So Omar Abdullah was also very, I would say, careful in his discussion with Sergio Gor. So I would say that this is a very important statement by the US government about Jammu and Kashmir being an absolutely internal part of India. They endorse the document which was signed way back in 1948. Obviously, there's no doubt about it. But the action on the ground speaks louder than the words, and therefore his presence in Srinagar today and his statement, they both signify that India is firmly on the ground, and the situation which is developing in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which is violating human rights, and hundreds of people are getting killed there, and there's a lot of scarcity of essential commodities. I think that will also be brought to his notice. Obviously, he will report that to his government. He may not make any statement on that, but he would certainly report that to President Trump on, based on the ground reports from Srinagar. So I think we should be very happy with this development, and we should continue to follow our course. And this is, I think, the first visit by the US ambassador after a very long time, and therefore it marks a very significant development in the bilateral ties between India and US.
Also, reading into the statement, Ambassador Gupta, where Sergio Gor, of course, says Jammu and Kashmir is an integral and important part of India as well. This kind of signaling, this kind of messaging is very important and is there for all to see, particularly from the United States ambassador in Srinagar, in Jammu and Kashmir.
Absolutely, it is absolutely fantastic. I think the Pakistanis must be crying over this statement. They must be crying over the fact that he is in Srinagar and making this statement. So it would, in fact, put salt on their wounds. But Pakistan must realize that Jammu and Kashmir, in international legal terms, had signed a treaty of accession to India, and in no uncertain term, it's part of Indian Union. Pakistan is illegally in occupation of part of Jammu and Kashmir. It also sends a message to China, which has put this CPC through PoK occupied Kashmir, that be careful, that part is illegally in occupation of Pakistan, and therefore you have no legal right to indulge in that kind of developmental activities in that part of the world. We have already boycotted all that process. So this is a clear message, of course, to Pakistan, but also to China to some extent.
Absolutely. Also, Sergio Gor indicating that perhaps the US will relook at that advisory for Jammu and Kashmir, which does hamper some tourism for the region. He said a lot of issues have been discussed with the CM Omar Abdullah, which will be taken to Washington, D.C. What do you read into that as well?
I think if they issue another advisory stating that the American tourists are, advised to visit this beautiful part of India, I think that would be a further shot in India's arm. And the international community already recognizes the reality on the ground. And therefore, I think let's wait what happens, because Sergio Gor is not only ambassador to India, he's ambassador to South Asia and the Central Asia as well, special envoy to South Asia and Central Asia. So he has a larger assignment. Apart from being ambassador to India, he has a larger assignment. His mandate is much larger. And I think that was on his reporting after he met our, chief election commissioner, that President Trump put that, X notification that how India is managing its election with the photo identity card. I think that kind of a statement might come from President himself or from somebody higher up in the US administration. I think that would be a great welcome step from our point of view.
All right. In fact, we have another guest joining us now. Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni is with us, defense expert. Lieutenant General Kulkarni, your reading of the US envoy's statement, how do you interpret his message in Srinagar today?
Thank you. I think at the very outset, obviously, America has stated what is absolutely right, and it almost tells everybody now to, I won't call it as a shut-up call, but yes, America is keen to mend ties. America is ensuring that in no uncertain terms, whichever way Pakistan might look at it, that Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir is an inalienable part of India, and that goes without saying. And now that he's seen it for himself, the kind of activities, the kind of freedom, the kind of economic progress that has taken place over there, the tourists flocking to the valley is all indicated that everything is absolutely normal and kicking, economically vibrant. Even his interaction with the Chief Minister would have revealed that there is not what is being fed to him or what the Western press seems to tell or what the Pakistanis want to have a narrative. That's all false. And I think that is a very good indicator that especially Gore, because he is a personal friend of President Trump. And when you get to hear of it, I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's something which he has stated is a fact, which we must openly be able to tell people. And his statement coming from the ambassador that he sees everything positive all around is surely will help both America and India's relationship, would also be able to convey to the Western world that whatever Pakistan intends to spread about it is all wrong. And then he must be seeing, yes, the problems in Pakistan that they are there in occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa are definitely something which is the creation of Pakistan, and that Pakistan, in fact, it is is trying to use terrorism as an instrument of state policy, and that our Jammu and Kashmir is absolutely, economically vibrant, kicking, looking good. Everything seems absolutely normal, and I think that's a very good statement coming from him, because a picture is worth 10,000 words. The ambassador has gone himself and seen that, yes, what he now hears is true. Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of messaging in the framing of words as well. And, General Kulkarni, the message that I'm in Jammu and Kashmir and integral and important part of India. What is the messaging in that statement as well, and usage of words by the envoy in Srinagar?
Foremost, there should not be doubt in anybody's mind. Pakistan has been having its own narrative, but everybody understands that yes, Jammu and Kashmir had signed the instrument of accession on the 26th of October 1947, and it is a part of India, and that it unnecessarily, had it not been for the UN creating a ruckus and the UN also misrepresenting, America also forming a part of it, how Pakistan was in the camp of America for so many years, and therefore, and now again shows its closeness to the United States, and despite that, the ambassador now sees it for himself that definitely Kashmir is part of India. There is no denying the fact, and that he's saying it himself, that yes, this is the part of India. Of course, we don't look for anyone's confirmation. It is very much a part of India. Nobody should have any doubts on that score. But notwithstanding, coming from the ambassador, who is a close friend of President Trump, surely, I would say yes, something which he's endorsed, I think is good, but it's something which should be acceptable, and everybody knows about it. I don't see it as, you don't need anyone to be telling us that this is a part of India. It is very much an inalienable part of India. That there is no doubt about that. Yeah.
All right, Lieutenant General Kulkarni, thank you for joining us. Also, thanks to Ambassador Gupta who joined us earlier.